I'm Johnny Appleseed. Actually, my real name is John Chapman. Why am I wearing this pot on my head? Because I traveled all over the country planting apples and claiming land for myself and my family. Once the harvest came in, I could sell the apples, I could sell the land, and I made a lot of money. Why do I have this pot on my head? Well, it's because I had to travel around and I could make my dinner in one pot anywhere I went. I'm gonna put it down now because it doesn't always stay on my head. So I walked around all over the place. I had my apples and my seeds in my little satchel, and I put them in the ground. I'd harvest them, poke a hole with my stick, and plant that right there all year long. So I had people that helped me, and they'd give me a place to stay, and they'd feed me because they knew I was trying to do a good thing, and I was providing food for animals and cider, apples for cider. Why did I do this? Because I believe being hardworking is a good characteristic. My dad, Nathaniel, was a orchardist, and he saw in me the same qualities. He was a farmer, and he apprenticed me to learn how to grow apples and grow an orchard. I was born 242 years and 1 week ago on September 26th, and you know what? I worked every day of my life. Hard work is good for you. I can tell you, and I love being hardworking. I wouldn't do it any other way. You should try it. Hi, I'm here with Dan and Al of Hopkinton's DPW and talk about hardworking guys. These guys do so much for our town, and you just saw that big truck go by. They're constantly working, moving dirt, fixing pipes, fixing roads. I don't even know all the things they do, but they make our town beautiful, and they make it work. So I just want to ask Dan, what in your childhood or youth or role models that you had made you be this wonderful, hardworking person?
I would have to say my father. He worked for the Mass Pike for 38 years, and growing up watching him going in and out, fighting snowstorms or working late. And I also grew up across the street from Upton Fuel and Construction. So when I was a kid, I used to go down to their yard and just kind of look at all the equipment and kind of got interested in it.
And you said you had a 7-year-old son,
Yes.
and you said that he loves the trucks too. Tell us a little about that, if you don't mind.
My son is 7. My son and I have been doing a lot of stuff with trucks. I drive trucks for friends of mine and run equipment for friends of mine. And ever since he was a little guy, I always bought him, little die-cast trucks and stuff. And I've taken him to many touch-a truck events, especially the ones here in Hopkinton. I took the Vector truck up a couple years ago, and this year I took up our new 1-ton dump truck. And he enjoys it, just to see all the different varieties of equipment, from snow removal equipment to septic trucks to land clearing.
Right. My son is the same way. All right. And Al, this is Al. He's fabulous. He does the same thing Dan does, I think. And anything you want to add, or just same story pretty much?
Pretty much the same story. My father grew up in the water division in Boston, and he did a lot of construction, and kind of hung around with him for a little while on calls when I was younger, going in at midnight, and it was a lot of fun. So I kind of started getting into the truck side of things, and this is where I love to be.
That's so great. Well, we really appreciate that you guys are so hardworking, and I'm serious. Without you guys doing a great job, our town wouldn't be functioning the way. Hey, Ready Freddy. What, Piggy Wiggy? You know what I heard? I heard a story by a guy named Aesop a long, long time ago who talked about an ant was working really hard, and the grasshopper said, "Hey, buddy, why are you working so hard?" And then what happened? Well, the ant said, "I'm working really hard because then I'll have enough food for the winter. Why aren't you working?" And the grasshopper said what? The grasshopper said, "Well, I don't have time to work. I'm playing, I'm jumping, I'm having a good time. But the ant said, well, then how are you going to eat in the winter? And the grasshopper said, I'll worry about that later. What happened then? Well, the grasshopper was pretty cold and hungry in the winter because he didn't have any food. He wasn't hardworking. The ant was. So the ant was all set, and the grasshopper was cold and hungry. Oh yeah, here he is somewhere. Here's the grasshopper. Anybody want to teach him how to be hardworking? That would be good for him. Yeah, it would. What? Hi, I'm here with Mike Tarosian, who has many hats, and right now he is wearing his HCAM hat. He's actually the cameraman and director for this show. He and I talk about what we want to do, and he does it. So he does some editing, goes into the studio, he figures out how to put the segments together and the quotes and which ones to make shorter and longer. So, Mike.
Hey.
Hi. So if you could tell us, just tell us a little bit about all the things you do.
Oh,
and
boy.
I know, all the things you do, and where did you get that great work ethic? So what in your past has helped you to become so hardworking?
Sure. All right, well, I'm currently the production coordinator here at HCAM Television and making your show and everybody else's shows covering the sports. But my other job, I work full-time at the Ashland Fire Department as a dispatcher. I have a part-time job working for our fire district as a communications manager. And I have a part-time job on the Hopkins Fire Department as a call firefighter. So that's what I currently do. And
is that all?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. 90 hours a week is enough,
my
really,
goodness.
you know. But
Wow.
it doesn't feel like 90 hours a week because I love it. I love everything that I do. I haven't had a bad day at work since I started 9 years ago, doing both the jobs. So I think it's just fun. So when it's fun, you're there every day.
That's great.
Yeah.
So is it fair to say that if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life?
Don't work. I mean, all these
I've
people
heard
that I
that.
talk about that are being retired and don't work, I feel the same way they do.
Yeah.
And it's just awesome. It keeps you busy.
Right.
Always keep going.
So were your parents hardworking, or did you have role models for being hardworking?
Well, I did. Of course, my parents were my first role models.
Yeah.
And yes, the hard work came from them. They both worked. They raised 5 kids.
Yeah.
My father was always working 2 or 3 jobs. Same with my mom, filling in. Other than, of course, her main job was taking care of the house. But yeah, she also pulled in some side work too for money. I started work 9 years old. Before school, my mom sent me to the store to get her coffee and newspaper in the morning. And I was waiting for the manager because he was just opening up. And I used to help him open. And he used to give me a free donut every time.
Nice
And
payment.
then, yeah, it was good payment. And then after a week, he started giving me money.
Yeah.
And then after 3 weeks, he asked me to start coming back after school too.
Perfect.
Ever since then, I haven't been without a job, and I'm 50 now, so
Nice.
that's 41 years of always been working, always doing something.
Yeah, that's great. And it makes you feel good.
It makes me feel really good. You
Yeah.
know, it keeps the mind solid, and it keeps it, keep those wheels spinning. But when especially when you're doing things you love. I mean, there's been jobs that I haven't loved, and or some that I liked in the start and didn't love, and then I moved on to the next.
Yeah.
And I found out it's really not healthy to be at a place that you're not happy doing what you do.
Yeah, stress is
And
not good.
It's not easy. I mean, sure enough, I was 41 when I finally had 2 jobs, or a job that I loved.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
But now, you can get it sooner. You can get it younger. Just do
So
things
now
you like.
it sounds like you have a couple jobs you love. You love HCAM, you love Ashland Fire, you love
Sure.
Hopkinton Fire.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fabulous.
It's great. I'm doing everything that I want, and I get to have fun.
Exactly. So you hear that, kids? You find a job you love, you don't work a day in your life because you love what you do, and you do what you love. I'm here with Sonny. He's going to tell us a little bit about why he is so hardworking. I think he works 2 jobs and he just graduated high school last year. So we're going to hear a little bit about what in his childhood or his upbringing caused him to be this fabulous and hardworking?
Well, thank you so much. Yes, I work 2 jobs. I currently work at the restaurant in town and the drugstore as well. That makes it about 6 days a week. And really growing up, I've really kind of took on things for my own. Throughout high school, I was really more focused on taking classes that kids normally wouldn't take. I took online classes.
Wow.
And really tried to do a lot of things for myself. And I'm graduated high school. I don't go here anymore. However, I'm taking the time to not rush things, not to directly go to college, but to take my time. And I feel that that's more of a wise choice than just going into it just because, parents say you should. I more want to do things for myself.
So you're being thoughtful about it, and I'm guessing you're researching and you're following little possible lines of future plans and being methodical and doing hard work, just not at a job at a college right now, but you are working 2 jobs and thinking about college. Okay, great. So are there any role models from your childhood or anybody that you look to see, I want to be like that person, that you can think of?
Yeah, well, I think for a lot of people, siblings are big role models. My older brother, he's currently one of his last years of college. He and I got along really well, and I really looked up to him. He was, straight A's all throughout high school and all that good stuff. But above that, he was really passionate about what he did. He didn't do school well. He did everything well, and he really loved it. He went on a co-op program in college, and that really got him motivated. That inspired me to realize, work is a lot more than just getting money. It's more about finding what you're passionate about and going for it, and kind of sinking your teeth into it, making more than just a currency living off of it, a financial living, but more making a
life out of it.
Yeah, a satisfying life out of it.
Yeah. I love that.
I think that's more of what hard working means to me.
I'm here with Dan Bradbury, who I know as a member of Boy Scout Troop 1 Hopkinton. He's also a high school student, and we're here to talk about the value of hard working. Why does he choose to be hardworking? Why is he working on his Eagle project or going towards it? The merit badges for scouting are tough, a lot of parts to them. School is tough, and work that he does around the house is hard work too. So I just want to hear from Dan, what makes him hardworking? What from his childhood or youth has helped him be that way?
Well, honestly, I have to thank my parents for making me strive to be hardworking. Also, Boy Scouts, that helped me a lot. Showed me some good tips on being hardworking. Over the summer, I had a job in construction. That's very hard physical labor. But yeah, I grinded that out, made some money on the side, Nice. And yeah.
Okay, so in Boy Scouts, let's talk about what was the hardest merit badge for you? I know you're still working on a couple of them. We'll talk about the hardest one first.
The hardest one was probably personal management. Yeah. It was, you have to keep track of your spending, income, outcome, all that sort of stuff.
For 3 months, right?
3 months, yeah.
Yeah, so it's hard work for adults to keep track of their finances. And what Boy Scouts does is it trains kids, or it helps kids learn this at a young age so they can track finances and learn how to do it when they're adults. It is hard work for adults too. So it's good that you had practice in that. And all right, so what's your favorite merit badge?
Ooh, favorite merit badge.
That was fun and you felt like you learned something.
Probably motorboating.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right. So motorboating is hard work, but it's fun too. So hard work can be fun, right? And it has rewards. So are you thinking about colleges at all, or?
Oh, well, yes, I am.
Yeah.
Some options, UNH, URI.
Okay.
Local.
Local. And what work is involved for you at this point?
For colleges?
Yeah.
Just
do a good job in school?
Do a good job in school, yeah. Keep grinding out for good grades, and yeah.
All right, and I know you're on cross-country team, and what's the hard work involved with that? That's more physical.
Yeah, you have to run every day. It's about 5 miles every day. Wow. Yeah, very tired work.
5 days a week or 7 days or?
6 days, but 2 of those, one's yoga and the other's the meet, so.
Yeah, I know today was a yoga day, so I appreciate Dan taking off from yoga to join us to talk about hard work. I'm here with Andrew Tomney, who is a junior at Hopkinton High School, and I could see from his shirt that he's probably working towards college. I knew him as a little guy at Elmwood School. He was a hard worker and played hard as well, but always very respectful and responsible. Great kid. So now he's all grown up and looking into college, and I just wanted to hear from Andrew if he has any role models from his youth that helped him be hardworking or anybody who inspired him to be a hard worker.
So yeah, when I was younger, my mom and dad played a big role in make me work hard. They believe in putting a lot of hard work will come success. Yeah. So I'm kind of living by their word and hoping that success will come to me if I put enough time and effort in.
I have a feeling it will. And tell me what jobs you're doing now outside of school, because I know school is a job too.
Sure, yeah. So in the summer, I worked at a restaurant. I worked in the kitchen, and it was very hard work, very physical, and very. It took a lot out of me to make sure that we all worked together and succeeded to bring the best experience possible for our customers. And the same thing now I work at a country club, and it's very hard work to make sure that everybody has a good time and make sure that the customers feel safe and welcome at our business.
So it's kind of like being on a team, right? Everybody has their part to do, and if one person doesn't do their job, then everyone else kind of like dominoes. It messes up and people get stressed out. So you're a big part in that teamwork, yeah. Everything running smoothly. Yeah. And what about colleges? How are you preparing for that? Are you preparing now as a junior?
I am. I'm trying to work hard to keep my grades up, and hopefully soon I'll be able to start looking to see what schools interest me and what don't. So.
Any ideas about that right now?
No, not yet. I mean, I'm still kind of uncertain, but hopefully soon I'll be able to narrow down what I want to do and where I'd feel comfortable pursuing my academic career.
Yeah, that's great. Well, that's hard work too, and we appreciate Andrew's perspective, Sonny's perspective, and Dan's perspective. They're all coming at a little different angle, but it's all hard work, and it's part of having a good character. Character matters. I'm here with David Phillips, who is the owner, manager, and all-around worker at Hopkinton Gourmet in Hopkinton. David is one of the hardest working people I know. I'm actually not sure when he sleeps. So, what I'd like to ask is, what in your past, in your childhood, in your upbringing, gave you that ethic of being hardworking? What role models have you had? What jobs have you had that prepared you for this?
Well, being self-employed, as everyone knows, it's a 7-day-a-week job. You got to think. You wear many, many hats. You got to think on your feet at all times. Economic need, society needs. What provide the inspiration to keep going and working hard. Enjoying what you do is critical as well. Every day here is different. It's always a new challenge here. People from afar, people from town, people from overseas. Just different perspectives, different needs and wants that people have in their lives. Whether it's food, sandwiches, coffee, bagels. Sometimes it's just a place to talk. Sometimes it's a safe haven.
Yep. So one of the things I've noticed that I think is amazing about you and one of your gifts is that you remember the name, what they drink, what they eat. Every single person that walks into the store, you say, and you don't even talk to them. You just put it on the counter. So that is a gift that you have. And so I know Mike was just talking about how much he loves all the work that he does, so he doesn't feel like he works a day in his life because what he does is very natural for him. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So you seem so gregarious and you have this great memory. This seems to be a really great place for you to spend your time and make a living. Is that something that's always been a gift for you, or?
I can't say that it's always been a love of. I'm a people person, and I've been behind closed doors for many, many, many years in my hotel restaurant background. But being out in front, it's like stage, isn't it? It's like theatre. You walk in, you go on, you do your bit, and say, that's. But it's live here. It's always live. It's easy for me. That's just one thing I'm good at, But no, it's a new day. It's Just I enjoy it. Every day is never the same, and yeah, keeps it interesting.
Yes, it does.
Always interesting.
So let me just ask this one last question. You get up at what time? 5 or 5:30?
5.
5.
Depends.
And then
Depends on the day.
and you prepare, and you're in the shop, and you have to go and buy things for the shop and coordinate things, and then the shop closes at 4:30, which just closed, and then you may take a nap or you may not take a nap because then you have to go do some more purchasing and setting up for the next day. And I know I've seen the lights on here at night.
Oh, yeah.
And you've been here preparing. So how much sleep do you get a night, typically? 6 hours? 5?
4 to 6.
4 to
if
6.
I'm lucky.
Right, that's
Yeah.
what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday's a day of rest.
Good.
Should be.
That's
for
right.
most of us, but
Right.
sometimes it's, you get catering, you get functions, you get jobs at 7/24.
Exactly.
You're on when you're on. You got to do what you got to do. Keep everything happy, and yeah. But it's like Michael says. It's not like going to work,
Right.
because it truly is. Every day is a new experience,
And you love that.
we're not corporate. It's not 9 to 5. It is what it is. It is when it is. You got to do it. You got to try to always stay positive and happy.
Right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's in a nutshell.
And I think that's one of the things that makes this such a great place to come. Hopkinton Gourmet is a special place. You're not going to get this at Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or any big chain. This is not a big chain. This is a special place, and David is the heart of this place. He works so hard, but he loves getting to know people's stories, talking with them. Just it's a family business almost. People come in and they're like family. So we really appreciate your hard work, and you're a very special part of this community because we see the hard work. And we appreciate the family touch, the personal touch that you offer us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This week we talked about the character trait of being hardworking. Why bother? Why do people choose to do something difficult, tiring, or time-consuming? It's hard work to work hard. As you have heard and seen, working hard feels good inside. Hard workers feel a sense of pride in work that is well done, complete, and worth their effort. Other people appreciate their hard work, and that feels good too. Johnny Appleseed wasn't just planting apples so people would have apples to eat. He was claiming land by planting a product that he could harvest and sell, thus proving his right to that land as something he had worked and produced goods from for at least 3 years. In pioneer times, that was the law. People could find land, plant and produce a crop for 3 years, and then it was theirs. Hard work was rewarded with ownership of the land. Johnny worked very hard planting, then harvesting the small apples he grew and sold as food for farm animals or to make applejack, a kind of apple cider. He traveled and didn't own many things, so he didn't spend much money. I am guessing he made a lot of money from the sale of his apples and then the sale of the land that he had claimed and earned as his own. Hard work pays off is a very true statement. Hopkinton's Department of Public Works employees work hard and are busy from when they start their day at 6:30 to quitting time at 2:30. But then they often take side jobs after work or on weekends and keep working. They do this for the reward of a good paycheck and pension, but also because they are naturally hardworking people and they feel good after putting in long hours on a job well done, often outside in hot summer or cold winter conditions. Ready Freddy and Piggy Wiggy told a story from Aesop, a man who had lived a long time ago and who told stories with lessons in them. The ants were hard workers who stored grain for food in the winter while the grasshopper played. When winter came, the ants had plenty to eat and a home to live in underground, while the grasshopper who hadn't prepared had nothing. Hard work has rewards and can sometimes be necessary for our survival. Mike Tarosian works very hard and wears many hats. He is the production coordinator at HCAM Studios, and on this show, he is the cameraman, filming, and then putting together the different interviews. Mike is also a call firefighter in Hopkinton and a dispatcher for Ashland Fire Department. Putting on his gear in itself is hard work. Hard work takes preparation, time, and effort. We all appreciate everything Mike does. Thanks, Mike. The kids we spoke to all had a common idea about being hardworking, which was that hard work isn't fun, but hard work pays off. Parents are proud of you, teachers give you good grades, and you feel good about a job well done. Not doing your best feels bad, and any time you did put in feels like a waste if you don't give it your best effort. David Phillips came here from England with no job, but a strong work ethic and a great attitude. He doesn't give up when business is slow, and he takes the time to greet every customer who walks through his door. His memory for names, faces, and what they like to order is amazing, but also hard work. He feels that this is part of his business. That personal touch is what makes Hopkinton Gourmet a special place to get great coffee or treats to eat. People come to his business because of the extra efforts David puts in to make people comfortable and to remember what they like to eat and drink. David puts in long hours, but it is a labor of love. So why do these people work so hard? Why bother to have good character? What we heard is that hard workers feel good inside when they hear what a great job they did and see people benefiting from their hard work, or they themselves enjoy the fruits of their labors. Please join us for Character Matters on Thursday evenings at 6:30 or other times listed on the HCAM website. You may also view the show online at hcam.tv/charactermatters. You never know who will show up.